Hey, it's Heidi from A Lively Hope. I am an embroidery, textile, and fiber artist, and today I'm going to show you how I created these ornaments, Christmas ornaments, that I'll be selling at upcoming markets. Out of scrap pieces of felt. This is nice wool felt that I used for other projects, and I had a big bin of it um, that I didn't really know what I was going to use it for, but I did save it. So earlier this summer, I tend to start on ornaments each year for Christmas markets in the summer because I have a little bit of a downtime in between markets, and often I'm making really large batches of ornaments. So I sat down in July of this year and pulled out all of this wool, wool felt that I had saved over the years, and decided to start piecing it onto another larger scrap piece of wool. So I separated out the reds and greens, like really traditional Christmas colors, to put on one big piece of felt, and the kind of blues and whites, mostly light blues, that I had saved onto another piece of felt. And I just patched these all together. And over the course of my morning work hour, I work first thing in the morning on whatever current stitching project I need to be doing. I worked on these for over the course of probably a month or maybe 6 weeks, stitching all of the little sections down around the outside. So I'm going to show you how I did that and how you can also do it if you are a scrap saver like I am. So I basted all of the loose scraps of felt onto this felt background. This one is a more acrylic content. These are nicer pieces of felt, more wool content. So you can see I basted it all down. Some of these stitches are coming undone. And then I'm going around the edges and stitching just straight stitches to hold all these pieces together. And so generally what I've been doing is dividing my stranded cotton into 3 strands, and I'll work a length of it in one area and then turn and work a length, the second length from that strand in a different area, because my goal is to have different thread colors all over. Here is the blue one that I did. I'm going to take the basting stitches out because these are all stitched down now. So I can take the basting stitches out, and then I'm going to add more detail work like this in running stitches and other stitches of varying types all over this piece. And I'll also finish this one, stitching all these down. I just really have this section left to do. I kind of work from the outside in. It makes it a lot easier. Ooh, extra pieces. It makes it a lot easier once the stitches are on the outside edges, and then everything really stays in place a lot better. You can see as I've worked on this, these have kind of gotten a little out of place. But as I get to those pieces, I'll straighten them out, maybe pull one to the forefront, kind of straighten it as I go, and then the outer stitches hold it in place. So this one is almost done. This one is done as far as needing the basting stitches still. So maybe, just for fun, I will pull these basting stitches out right now of the blue one. I don't know what it says about me that my idea of fun is taking out basting stitches, but that is the truth. So I'll just kind of pull and cut as needed. This is all just waste, so I'm not too worried about how big or small the pieces are. I am going to be careful not to cut the other stitches that I do want, though. Okay, so I will come back in a few minutes with all of the stitches taken out, the basting stitches, and all of this sewn down. And then we'll talk about what's next. Well, it has now been quite a while. I finished each of those big pieces of stitched together felt, and I cut out hearts and circles from each of them, and then stitched them all together using blanket stitch. So I have quite a collection of them. I've got red and green, I've got blue, and some whites. And then I have some these were left over from last year. I didn't ever get to finish them, so I finished them this year. And then I have these others that this is made with fabric and then again stitch detail over the top. It's kind of a fabric collage, and then I stitched them together the same way. So now the focus is going to be on stringing all of these onto their hanging threads. And I need to price them. And then they will be ready for upcoming markets. There's quite a lot of them. I'll just show you quickly how I hang them all. So I'll be doing red. This is pearl cotton that I thrifted. It's pretty fine, pretty thin. I'm not sure the weight because there wasn't a label on it. And then this also is pearl cotton. It's a little thicker. It's like a cream color with gold in it. And that will be for the blue ones. Let me grab a needle. Okay, so this is really simple. I'm sure that you could figure this out, but because people ask sometimes, I will show you. So I just put the thread, the pearl cotton, in a needle. I find a place pretty much centered. I am just eyeballing it, and I poke it through. Because I'm going through several layers, it tends to be kind of tricky. And I just pull that off and pull these through so they're even. And tie a knot in the end. So then I'll attach the price tag over one side of this thread, and then it will just hang on my display at the markets. So very simple. Now I just need to do that approximately 1 million more times. Okay. There you have it. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this was helpful to you and gave you some ideas for using up your scraps as well. And I will be listing anything in my shop that doesn't sell at the markets, so keep an eye out for that. Thank you for watching. I hope that was helpful and it gave you some ideas for ornaments you might make for your neighbors or children. I always save one of the ornaments I make each year. I do a new batch every year, different styles, just whatever sounds appealing to me. I save one for myself and my husband for our tree, and then I give one to each of my kids that they will then take on with them when they leave our home and start their own Christmas trees when they have grown up. So they have their own nice little collection to start with. I hope that this has been helpful, and I would love to hear what kind of ornaments you are making for this Christmas season. Thanks for being here.